Christianity is one of the most influential religions to ever grace the Silk Road. Influential-wise, it's about as big as they come. Christianity as a religion has its humble beginnings in Bethlehem, a small town located near Jerusalem.
Christianity. Christianity is based on the teachings and values of Jesus Christ. Jesus brought crowds of followers with him, and this worried the Roman officials in that area. They put him to death on a cross, but 3 days later, Jesus rose again from the grave. After seeing their risen Lord, his disciples spread in all directions carrying his message. Thousands of men and women converted to Christianity daily, but there were many people who did not want Christianity to grow.
A man named Saul, who jailed and executed Christians, converted to Christianity after experiencing a life-changing event in which he heard Jesus' voice from heaven asking him why he continued to hurt his people. From that moment on, Saul was known as Paul. Paul turned from the man who wanted Christianity crushed the most to the man who was Christianity's greatest supporter. He made 4 journeys around the Mediterranean and wrote letters to numerous churches. He was martyred in Rome after he worked as Christianity's first major missionary for over 30 years. Even after Paul's death, Christianity still spread like wildfire. Missionaries like Gregory the Wonder Worker performed miracles and found many willing to believe the teachings of Jesus Christ in the Mediterranean basin. In Europe, the church spread fast, with Pope Gregory I sending missionaries all around to places like Scandinavia, the British Isles, and Russia. The Byzantine Church operated under the authority of the Byzantine crown, but the Byzantine emperor was allowed to use the church as propaganda for his own ideas. Even with much imperial instruction, the Byzantine Church was able to send missionaries to the surrounding areas into the Balkans.
Christianity began in the Middle East. From Jerusalem, it spread rapidly in all directions. In the course of the 4th century, the Roman world became increasingly Christian, and the Byzantine Empire was increasingly a Christian state. It was the first empire in the world to be founded not only on worldly power, but also on the authority of the Church. In fact, it is a very important part of the history of the religion. In modern ages, pockets of Christianity in the Middle East are few and far between, mostly because of the oversweeping nature of Islam in the area. However, those who pledge themselves to it are no less dedicated. Christianity flowed freely throughout the Silk Road and changed the lives of all who adopted it. But what about those who didn't? This brings us to the very center of the Silk Road, Asia, especially China. The Chinese were already in a civil war on which was more important, Buddhism or Taoism. Christianity didn't have many conversions in the Chinese lands, but it did prove to be somewhat helpful. The new values introduced by the Christian travelers gave new meaning to the native religions. Christian values were worked into the lives of the Chinese and created a more diverse religion. In return, Buddhists gave their own value to the Christians and diversified Christianity. Newly transformed Buddhism and Christianity then shot back out into the rest of the world and continued to change the rest of the world.